Hey y'all, Uncle Jimmy here. When you speak for yourself, you're forced to think for yourself. And when you think for yourself, the sports world looks different. In order to enjoy this podcast and this show, you need to have the courage to look at the world from alternative points of view and not be offended when you disagree. Speak for yourself isn't your Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram feed. SFY tells you what you need to hear and not what you want to hear. So, welcome aboard, buckle up, and enjoy the ride.
We start with Lamar Jackson. All right, let's hope John Harbaugh, Lamar Jackson, and the Baltimore Ravens keep their eyes on the prize tonight. The prize is the Super Bowl and immortality, not Michael Vick's QB rushing record or the MVP trophy. At this point, the record and the MVP award are foregone conclusions. It's a wrap. With 3 games to play, Lamar needs just 23 rushing yards to surpass Vick's single-season record. And no one can catch Lamar in the MVP race. The Rams ended Russell Wilson's candidacy last week. A dislocated kneecap killed Patrick Mahomes' bid 2 months ago. Christian McCaffrey, his team stinks. Ryan Tannehill, too little too late. Tonight, on Thursday Night Football, Lamar Jackson, who is nursing a quad injury, gets to take a final nationally televised victory lap against one of the NFL's best run defenses, the New York Jets. Vick will be in the house. Joe Buck and Troy Aikman will have the honor of presiding over the coronation. Remember, a couple of weeks ago, I compared Lamar to Michael Jackson. I nicknamed Lamar Thriller. Tonight kind of feels like the Motown special 36 years ago when MJ moonwalked and officially became the king of pop. The stage is set for Lamar to do something unforgettable. I hope he doesn't. I don't want him to try to moonwalk on the Jets. It's not worth it. You don't moonwalk with a quad injury. Michael Jackson was perfectly healthy the night he performed Billie Jean and moonwalked. Motown 25, Yesterday, Today, and Forever was recorded several months before it aired on national television. You don't moonwalk live, not with an injured quad. Baltimore's entire focus tonight should be on winning this game with Lamar doing as little as possible. I think they can beat the Jets with RG3, and I'd get Robert Griffin into the game as soon as possible. No disrespect to Michael Vick, but Lamar has a much bigger target than surpassing any of Vick's records or Vick's legacy. Vick is Phil Collins, tremendous singer. In the Air Tonight is a classic. But Michael Jackson wasn't worried about Phil Collins. MJ took down Elvis Presley. Lamar should be focused on Steve Young's legacy. Young is the Elvis of dual-threat quarterbacks. Young is in the Hall of Fame. Young was a 2-time MVP and led the 49ers to a Super Bowl title. The prize is the Super Bowl and getting on the same level as Steve Young. I hope Harbaugh, Lamar, and the Ravens keep that in mind tonight. Play a vanilla offense and get Lamar on the sidelines as soon as possible. All right, joining the desk now are Fox Sports NFL analysts LeVar Arrington and TJ Houshmandzadeh. Marcellus, get us rolling.
Yes, sir.
Should the Ravens go out of their way to protect Lamar tonight?
No, not at all. The old adage in the locker room, what got you there will get you there. And that's in mentality. That's in work habits. You don't want to mess with the mojo. So you can look at situations. I remember playing through the era of the Indianapolis Colts. And you're a guy from Indy. You know all about this, that 05 year, that 07 year sandwich between that championship year. And they decided to rest their starters. They started getting into that mindset of, all right, rest. And some people were saying, oh, that could be rust. And now we're trying to introduce to Lamar Jackson, relax. Another one. Be careful, brother, because what happened when they tried to rev that engine once again? Being a number 1 seed, nothing. Lost in the divisional round both of those years. So this is a situation I don't want to mess with the moxie. It's rolling right now. Everyone in the NFL is resting something, whether it's on the injury report or not. Let this guy go out there, continue playing, and keep the flow going.
Before Michael Jackson did that moonwalk, he probably had 100 people, 150 people protecting him, right? Went on there. After he did that moonwalk, do you think they said, you know what, let's keep his security detail at 150? No. The answer is no. So, yes, the answer is yes. You are going to continue to try to protect Lamar Jackson. If he's MJ, then this is LJ, right? You're going to try to protect LJ. You're going to try to beef up the detail and the security of how you protect this guy because he is on the level of enamoring onlookers the way that Michael Jackson did when he moonwalked. So, yes, you're going to protect. You're not going to
more old linemen. What you saying?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe you might go with an unbalanced line. You may go with double tight. Whatever it may be, it's going to be a style of play. And keep in mind, Earl Thomas put it out there. The referees are on notice as well. It's a nationally televised game. Those referees, all they need on their hands is to see a Lamar Jackson splayed out on the field based upon a hit that could have been avoided. So expect the referees to be on point and expect the Baltimore Ravens to continue to try to protect him as they probably always have anyway.
Yeah, they should go out of the way to protect him. Ooh. And it's more so play calling, how many read options you're gonna win this game. They're gonna win this game.
Oh, really?
They're gonna win this game.
Oh, okay.
Now, they notice Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens training staff, even Coach Harbaugh, they know the severity of this injury. And so if the injury is as such where we need to be careful, they're gonna be careful. And if it's not too much, then they're going to unleash him.
But what's careful? He got hurt in the pocket. I thought that was careful.
No, when I say be careful, I mean we're gonna limit. What the Vic record is all but broken. And so whether you break it tonight,
he didn't get hurt running.
You break it next week.
I thought that was
the ultimate goal is a Super Bowl. You don't want to risk.
I'm just asking you to materialize your words. So what do? If he gets hurt in the pocket like he did, and you're saying, okay, don't call any run plays.
No. I'm not saying.
What plays can you have for him?
This is what I'm saying. Once the game is out of control, you get him out of there.
Okay.
He's going to know going into the game, we don't want as many design runs if your quad is bothering you like we believe it is.
But by history, he's actually been safer running the football. He even mentioned of that.
And this is the thing. No. This is the thing, though. He going to hand it off to Mark Ingram.
So you said just hand it off.
I'm saying I would probably play the first quarter the way that I normally would play a first quarter. And if I get a lead...
You get him out.
Not get him out, because, again, I want to probably get through the first half. But if I get a lead, I'm going to then start depending on my defense to create field position for me. I'm not going to let this guy run the ball anymore if I get any sort of lead. And if I do drop him back to pass, yes, will I keep a tight end in and make sure this guy doesn't get hit?
He only throws the tight ends and running back.
I'd say a tight end in.
Okay.
And so, I'm bending over backwards because, again, whether it's in the pocket, out of the pocket, I don't want Lamar Jackson taking hits today. I want him to get through this game as clean as possible, get this 10 days of rest, and then restart the whole, because I think he needs this. I think this quad injury is more significant than they're letting on. The fact that he's listed as questionable going into tonight, to me, is an indication that it's a serious injury. And when this guy's been so special with his legs, I just don't want him to get caught up in, this is their last nationally televised game. Mike Vick in the house, Troy Aikman, Joe Buck, Fox TV, biggest game of the night. I don't want him out there, feeling any pressure to be LJ and to do anything special tonight. Let's just get through this game.
Well, look, RG3 has played in 4 games this year already, so technically, by what you guys are saying, they should blow out the Jets, even though the Jets have surprised some teams. We saw the Cowboys game. This is not the Cowboys team, I get it. But RG3, by normal formula, may get an opportunity like normal because they've won, 4 games by 40. They have 40-plus points. So this may just be play.
They beat up the Rams.
Yep.
And Booger McFarland was on TV like, hey, man, what's LJ still doing out here? What's LJ still doing out here?
Yeah.
And because, again, I do think, and again, I'm not criticizing, but I do think Harbaugh and the Ravens are a little caught up in the magic of LJ, and they left him out there too long to me in that Rams game. I don't want to see it again.
He's 17-3. He's still a second-year player. He went to the playoffs last year, and the Chargers made him see ghosts. So what you're trying to do is get his reps, get his confidence, and get it sky high.
Not now, not tonight.
I understand that, but we still haven't found the safe place for him on the field other than just a handoff.
You don't want to go there. And he's going against a defense and a defensive coordinator that's known for, we'll take that penalty from the referee if we can put you out of the game. And so you have to take that into account as well.
You cannot get overstated and concerned about these issues that we're roundtable discussing. Let nature take its course, as I've heard from a wise man before. Do what you need to do and continue to do those things. If the score says you can remove starters, not just the starter, if the score says, you know what, we can remove LJ from the game at this point, let's put RG3 in, then do it.
That's normal.
But you don't go away. And again, you got to take, we haven't even put the player's perspective in play for this as well.
I don't care about
I can only imagine how hard them boys are going to be coming off of that line and how much they're going to do to make sure that they make this a successful outing for the team and for Lamar Jackson. So, and believe you me, when you're dealing with somebody who's poised that way and motivated that way, those type of teams are hard to deal with.
I think it's a dangerous game because the Jets only have one thing to play for: shutting down Lamar Jackson. They're 5-8. They're out of the playoff picture. The only thing they can hang their hat on is we got the second best run defense in the league.
Right.
And you know what guys do when they're out of the race or whatever? He ain't breaking his record on us. We're not going down in history on us. We don't want to, we don't want to see clips, here he is surpassing Michael Vick. And so you're going to face and I know Jamal Adams isn't playing, Quentin Williams isn't playing.
Ooh, thank God Adams is not playing.
You're going to have a team that only has one goal, stopping Lamar Jackson. And I just don't feed into it. I play above it. I feed him Mark Ingram, Gus Edwards, and any other running back I have on the roster, and some RG3.
Walk with me here. Here's another adage from the locker room. It takes forever to get in shape, and it takes no time to get out of it. Now, getting in shape is conditioning, and that's not just physical. Mental conditioning. That's why teams who have rested over the years have not hit their stride returning to form right after that rest. All I'm saying is whatever formula of success that they have going right now, they cooked up, please don't mess that up in overprotection mode of a quad injury on a Thursday night game when you realize that
I think we're all in agreement on what they should do. It's just a different way we would all go about it because they know the severity. Lamar knows, I feel good. If he feels good, he's going to go out there and play.
Important piece of this whole
and
thing,
they know this. If it's not overly worrisome problem,
we don't agree up here. I'm playing the game like normal, like nothing's wrong with Lamar until we get up by 30 or 40. If we do, and then normal, sit him, RG3 comes in. That's how I'm playing it. It doesn't sound like he's playing it.
No, I'm trying to shorten this game. And look, their offense automatically shortens the game because they rely on the running game.
Right.
But I'm trying to expose Lamar as little as possible. Again, first quarter, Lamar, go ahead. We'll do most of what we normally do.
Get these 23 yards.
Yeah, we'll do most of what we normally do. But if we get up 10 points we are now looking for the finish line and how can my defense, special teams, and these other running backs carry us through the rest of this way. Again, the Jets only have one thing to do tonight.
I don't think
the only thing in their locker room is, hey, let's shut down Lamar.
Well, playing for your job, too, always.
That's not wise to send that message to your team. This team is trying to find its new identity. This is not an established team. It's a new identity. Correct.
What is we're in week 13, 14. What are they? We're in week 15. Their identity's set.
Their identity as a team. They don't have a Super Bowl. This Ravens team doesn't have a Super Bowl.
And they're not winning it tonight against the Jets.
Yeah, but you don't want to send the wrong message to your personnel.
Right.
And we talked about this in terms of with Cleveland and how it could become an apologist type of environment, or it could become a scapegoated type of situation where we're seeing it take place in Dallas right now. Handle your business. Don't start changing the narrative for this team in the way that they're playing and letting them develop the attitude that's gotten them to where they're at. Now it's like, you've been good enough to be this, and you've defined what you are, so now we're just going to start protecting you. We're going to protect this. I think that's a dangerous road to hoe.
Routine is a major part of this. Let me give you the closest example I got. It's not perfectly analogous, but here we go. My son brushes his teeth and flosses twice a day. I don't, but he does, and I got him on routine. But there is a lazy night here or there. And if you drop that routine, the next time I grab that toothbrush, he looking at me crazy. He like, bruh, we out of routine, out of flow. He doesn't like habit until you stop it. Then he has to actually think through it. And a lot of times, he's not as invested until you get back into the groove. I'm just saying this whole team has found a way to get into a ecosystem, a groove.
Disturb it.
Don't disturb this groove.
And you know what?
Don't disturb it.
If this was a Pee Wee football team, I'd be right there with you.
Man.
This is a group of professionals.
Oh, really? So they can just turn it on and off. What happened to your coach teams?
Man, so you saying that the youth football kid can get injured?
What happened to the coach? Stick around.
Whitlock and Wiley, TJ Houshmandzadeh is back, and we're joined now by Fox NFL analyst Greg Jennings. Time now for a big story, sponsored by KFC's $20 fill-ups. Order ahead or get it delivered at KFC.com. All right, let's move to Tennessee, where Derrick Henry is having a monster year, leading the NFL in rushing touchdowns and prompting the NFL Network's Maurice Jones-Drew to say Henry should reset the running back market with a big contract this offseason. But Henry hasn't been doing it alone, with both Henry and Ryan Tannehill have been putting up some incredible numbers since Tannehill took over as the Titans starter in Week 7, prompting talk the quarterback could be headed for a big deal this offseason as well. All right, the question here is, who deserves a big payday more, Ryan Tannehill or Derrick Henry?
Derrick Henry. And I don't have any reasons why. I ain't gonna lie. No. Derrick Henry's out there balling. It feels that way because I want them both to get paid, but in reality, I would go with Derrick Henry. One, just being real. Ryan Tannehill already got paid, and the results were mixed. I told you before, Miami's only had one winning season in the last 11 years, and that was the year Ryan Tannehill was there. You can blame the organization, the culture, and whatever that may be. But there were mixed results. Derrick Henry has been on this upward trajectory since he was there. And even that, he had to share the backfield. Don't forget about DeMarco Murray and those times he was sharing that experience. No quarterback for real, and Marcus Mariota, he didn't pan out. So Derrick Henry finally, with a hamstring right now, in his last 4 games is averaging 140 yards per game. And like you said, he's out there second in rush yards and tied for the league lead in touchdowns. And he is a manimal. Like when you see him coming, you're like, Lord, what is going on? And I think he's the carrying force. Ryan Tannehill, you're going to get paid again. We're going to franchise you to make sure it's not lightning in a bottle, as we discussed yesterday, and then you'll get your payday.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's Derrick Henry. He's been there constant. He's their identity. When you look at the Tennessee Titans, what do they want to be? They want to be physical up front, and that's what they are because of Derrick Henry. That's what they've always been because of Derrick Henry. Now, the passing game has opened things up even more so for him in the running game, but this is no surprise that Derrick Henry is trending in the upward direction. Why? Because he finally does have a quarterback that is being productive in the passing game to open and complement what he has already and always done for that offense.
I'm going with Derrick Henry as well. The word is deserves. He 100% deserves it. He was a second-round pick, and it's what you – Tannehill's already been paid. Derrick, 6 yards a rush? You don't see that in today's NFL anymore. Before, you say the Tennessee Titans, I would always think Marcus Mariota. Before Tannehill started balling, now it's Derrick Henry and the Tennessee Titans. And so they're both going to get paid, but who deserves it is 100% Derrick Henry. You're a second-round draft pick. You haven't had that big bite at the apple, so to speak. And so, yeah, he 100% deserves to be paid.
I'm going to agree with you all with a caveat. I think deserves is the key word, and to me, his performance warrants a big payday. However, I wouldn't give it to him.
Here you go.
I wouldn't give it to him. He's a running back.
I knew it.
I just wouldn't do it. Ezekiel Elliott got paid this year. I don't like the results. Todd Gurley, I don't like the results. Le'Veon Bell, I don't like the results. What's harder to find, a quarterback than it is a running back? If they feel like they found their quarterback, pay Ryan Tannehill. Now, again, who deserves it more? I love Derrick Henry's performance. He's the identity of their team. I just wouldn't do it. The rules of football and the way this thing is headed,
You couldn't give him a short-term deal, 4 years? Because you would think 7, 8 years of a running back, they're going to give you that, the top running backs.
You would think, but again, when there is running backs aren't getting that third contract. And that, to me,
I'm not thinking
that second one has to be the one.
But if you don't have that carrot out there in front of him, what keeps him motivated?
This man is 25 years old. Like you said, he got drafted in the second round. He's still hungry. He still hasn't really had that big payday.
Right.
So that's his carrot.
Yeah.
Like, I still want to eat.
Once you give it to him, what happens?
But I don't think it's fair for the running back position to be positioned that they need a carrot for them to chase. Think about it. It's not about the carrot. It's about the circumstances. Zeke went to Cabo in that process to get paid. Didn't necessarily put himself in the best situation with the organization or in conditioning. Even though he started the season fast, it started a roller coaster on him. So that's circumstances. Todd Gurley, that's internal circumstances. Are they playing him the right way? You look at Derrick Henry, he doesn't have that. Why do you pay him? So he doesn't have to go through those circumstances to get his money. You lay it on the table and you say, you're not going to have to miss practice. We're not going to have to play around with your reps. Here you go, young man. You're 25 years old and you're averaging 5 yards a carry.
This is the biggest key, though. Both of these guys are going to be free agents. And so you're going to franchise one, pay the other.
Right.
You can't franchise both. So you franchise Tannehill, in my opinion, make him prove it. And then the guy that deserves it, you give it to him.
Because he's continued to have success.
He's 25.
Yes.
You give it to him.
Ryan Tannehill would be, what, 31 years old? Or if he's not?
It's harder to find a quarterback if they feel like they found a quarterback.
But Ryan Fitzpatrick, my man, love you, Ivy League. There have been moments.
Fool's gold. He's fool's gold.
Okay, but
you call Tannehill a franchise quarterback.
Oh, for me, he is. That's why you get him a franchise tag. That's what you get when you're a franchise quarterback. But wait this year, it's not even because I don't believe in you. I'm just going to play the simple number game, and I'm going to reward someone who has a shorter shelf life. Give them their due, because he's the catalyst, he's the engine.
Yes. And hope and pray. And again, Derrick Henry, I love you. You played great, but I just hope and pray he doesn't tap out when they give him that money, because I done watched.
They know his character.
Exactly.
They should know how he is.
He's a lunch pail guy. That he's all about, and he's not anything but a running back. Like, this is who he is. You give me that ball, I run north and south.
Well,
period.
You know what? They said at his pro day, he actually tried out at receiver, ran routes, just to show him. Because his production is not there in the passing game. This is the best year in the passing game in terms of catching the ball. But at 6'3", 245, he lined up at X and was giving them routes. So imagine if they opened up that part of the game. He earned it.
Whitlock and Wiley, joined now by Fox NBA analyst Jim Jackson. Let's move to the NBA. Iceberg, Jim Jackson. I'm sorry. All right, where LeBron notched another triple-double last night, putting up 25 points, 11 boards, and 10 assists, and leading the Lakers to a win over the Magic. LeBron and company have been leaving it all on the floor this season and are tied for the NBA's best record at 22-3, which actually puts them on pace to challenge the Warriors' record of 73 wins. All right, the question here is, should LeBron and the Lakers go for it and try to break that 73-win record?
Yeah. Who am I to tell them to work less towards a goal that it seems like it's just coming with the territory. My best friend used to always say, try easy. You know, everyone's always talking about try hard, try easy. If you could try easy at something and accomplish it, why not? And it looks like the Lakers are trying easy and are winning game after game. LeBron, minutes, lowest of his career. Anthony Davis, minutes, third lowest of his career. Their depth, they're using those young guys up. And LeBron, you know how he plays in terms of pace. He's going out there and doing it his way, assists, driven, and it's just playing at his own speed. So, Lakers, if you want to go out there and beat up on every team except the Clippers, because they can't beat the Clippers, do what you do, and then we'll see what happens in the playoffs, how much energy is left in that tank.
I like that. You always got to throw the Clipper thing in there. And Christmas Day, we'll see.
Oh, what do you mean see? We already saw.
No, we'll see. Come on, they're going to play each other more than that. You know, but I don't think they should actually go for it. If it organically happens, then it happens. Because what did 73 get the Warriors that year? You know, pat on the back and said you beat the record. Didn't get the championship. Ultimately, I think LeBron, especially with AD there and the Laker franchise organization itself, is all about winning the championship. I do believe if they're close enough at the end, maybe they will.
Right.
But later in the season, they're going to skew it back a little bit, you know, especially if they secure home court advantage or right where they need to be, because See, what's that for?
I'm just saying home court. How you going to get home court? You can't even win your division.
Didn't I say if?
Oh, okay.
So you didn't hear me.
Oh, all right.
I said if they have home court or they're close to it, I think they'll skew back just a little bit because the ultimate goal for the Lakers is not to have the record in regards to 73 or beat Golden State. It's to hang another banner up and to be healthy going into playoffs.
Yeah.
And right now, continuity-wise, you can see that they play hard, they play focused, but they play the right way where they're not expending a lot of energy right now, and they're not putting themselves in situations where they can get hurt.
I think this is completely different than Golden State, that for LeBron's legacy, I see a lot of value in tying or breaking that record. If LeBron can put on his resume, which, again, if they got to 73 wins, it guarantees him another MVP trophy, in my opinion. I don't care what AD does. LeBron will be the MVP and should be. I think that enhances LeBron's legacy because, and this is me, and I know LeBron doesn't think this way and the Lakers fans don't think this way, but to me, if I was doing the calculus and saying, okay, I got to play the Clippers in a 7-game series to make it to the NBA Finals.
Lord.
I just don't see it. So the more attainable goal to me, unless there's some injuries or something catastrophic happens to the Clippers, is this record and MVP. And if LeBron gets to 73 wins and another MVP, I really think that enhances his legacy. I think it's a great look for him. Now, obviously, winning another championship would do it as well. But facing that Clippers team in a 7-game series inside the Staples Center, there's no real home court advantage. I just don't see it. And so I think they should go for this.
Well, let me see. Here's the thing. He gets it. They don't win a championship. LeBron didn't win in L.A. What about the 74? I mean, it's not going to hold the weight.
He won an MVP and led a team to an incredible regular season.
Okay, but this is L.A. It's all about him winning a championship. That's going to be secondary. And go back to this. In a 7-game series, you don't know what's going to happen. If they're healthy, the Clippers are healthy, I'm guaranteeing you AD, LeBron, Rondo, they want to see the Clippers because they have to. They don't want anybody else. What happens in the 7-game series, we don't know. My thing is I hope they're both healthy because in order for the Lakers, I think, to legitimize really what they want to do, they have to go through the Clippers. The Clippers have to go through the Lakers. I mean, if they go through Denver or Portland or somebody else like that, yeah, they'll get through it, but it's not the same. We all want to see it, and I guarantee you, in both of those locker rooms, they want to see it too.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's going to be insane when that moment occurs and you look at the scheduling in the playoffs, and it's going to say Staples Center all 7 games, and the teams are just going to flip-flop that. Here's the problem, though. There's still a different pressure on the Lakers that's on the Clippers right now. The Clippers came in with all the pressure, it seemed like, from the offseason and the summer and the favorites and the odds makers, and then all of a sudden it seemed to shift. And the Lakers lost that first game, and the Lakers have been on this tremendous run, take nothing from them. But it seems like a mission of theirs to do this same thing, which is great. But it's not the same mission for the Clippers, so I wonder how that comes into play. There's a difference between being tired and being fatigued. Now, tired is a little more short-term. Fatigue is I've been wearing this tired for a long time. How heavy is it to try and approach a 73-win season? Because Golden State said it was heavy as hell after they lost.
Let me jump in here and say that I don't think it's as heavy this year. I think they have a unique opportunity. Kevin Durant out of the league. Golden State falling completely apart. The Houston Rockets trying something very new. The whole NBA is unsettled to me except for 3 teams, Milwaukee, the Clippers, and the Lakers. And so the opportunity, I think it's, and again, not taking anything away from what they've done, I think it's easier to get to 73 this season with a great team than what Golden State had to go through. The league is just in a unique place. And the other reason why it's a great look for LeBron, nobody cares about the regular season, and it bothers some NBA fans. The fact that LeBron does care about this season and the Lakers do care about this season, it's a great look. I say try to grab this 73-win thing, 74-win thing, put that in your pocket, and then roll the dice. And if something great, awesome happens for you in the postseason, and Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers fall apart, and you get lucky and advance, that's great. but I would try to get this regular season championship as best I could because
their tongue's gonna be wagging, hanging out of their mouth.
But hold up. I'm gonna walk down your path because it is a little bit easier in the West because teams are underperforming. Portland because of injuries.
Yeah.
Utah's not performing well. Minnesota's not playing well. Okay, Dallas is up there, but the teams we thought would be there, and Denver is not looking like the Denver team that we saw last year. So I do get that, but I still think it organically has to happen. Not playing LeBron, 5 more minutes a game or AD, because now you jeopardize the longevity of what they want to do. But back to your point about the pressure. Here's the thing. It's always going to be more pressure when both teams have talent in L.A. I don't care. It's the Los Angeles Lakers. It's the Clippers. Same thing in New York. It's the New York Knicks. I don't care how good Brooklyn is. If New York is as competitive, it's more pressure on the Knicks, the Yankees, the Mets. It's the same way because the big dog in the room who had more success, it's always more pressure put on them. Even if the Clippers fall short, okay? Yes, people will be disappointed. But let the Lakers fall short.
Again.
No, but I'm saying...
for the 7th year in a row?
But put them in that situation, the heat will be more on them because of the legacy of the franchise. And plus, more so too, LeBron James is there, and they expect that. So I get what you're saying, but those teams always going to have more pressure than their little brother, so to speak.
The rough patch, every season, everyone goes through it, where you lose a couple consecutive games, whatever. Just want to see how this team responds to that. Not wishing it happens to them, but every team has to go through that bumpy road. Let's see how they
I think they're going to handle it great because I really do believe LeBron's energy this year is really positive and powerful, and that team's in a good place. Jim Jackson and LeVar Arrington are back with us. Time now for Darnell's question of the day. All right, take it away, homeboy.
Yes, sir. Whitlock.
Yeah.
Tuesday's show about OBJ, during discussion about OBJ gifting his teammates some shoes, you made a comment about celebrities that caught my attention. Check this out.
I dislike celebrities. That's my issue. I don't like celebrities.
What they do?
10201 West Pico Boulevard. Send some shoes to LeVar, Marcellus, and TJ.
To my cousin.
They love celebrities.
Whitlock, now listen, I mean, you saying you dislike celebrities. To me, that sounds crazy. I thought you were a celebrity yourself.
Whitlock.
You know what I mean? So explain to me a little bit more, and I want the rest of you guys to chime in as well, how y'all feel about celebrities.
Well, I just wrote some notes here in the commercial break. Notes! Make sure I say exactly what I think. I think celebrities are entitled. I think they're pampered. I think they're full of themselves. I think they think they're smarter than non-celebrities. I think chasing fame is poison. And mostly, the number one thing is, I think the initiation fee for being a celebrity is to sacrifice the values that you were taught as a child and or growing up in the church. That's why I don't like celebrities.
What? What baby Whitlock did you just write right now? All right, first of all, I don't hate any groups of all things. Like
dislike is what I said.
Dislike? Yeah. I don't even go there. What is celebrity? One, I want to remind everyone up on this panel right now, none of us are celebrities. If you think so, hang out with a real celebrity. Then you can realize what celebrity is. We are popular.
Well,
so people recognize.
LeVar,
you too.
I'm a celebrity.
You already. LeVar Arrington.
At Penn State, I'm a celebrity.
LeVar Arrington.
Nowhere else. You speak for yourself.
You are popular as hell and maybe even famous in certain places. Celebrity is disturbing. Celebrity comes with security detail. Enforced, mandatory. Celebrity's different. All right, anyway, I know where you're going, Noah. Let's go here. I'm from LA, so it's funny to me how celebrity is viewed from those who come to LA and realize, wow, celebrity. I've seen it from the ground up, and my best example is this. One, we don't respect the hard work that anyone puts in to become that popular, famous celebrity. Like
hard work.
Yeah. Hard work. And I'm not
hard work.
Yeah, I know where you want to go, Kardashian? Or
no, I want to go like. No. I'm just saying. Hard work is my mama going to a factory job and then going to Kroger grocery store to work there to take care of her.
That's a different.
It is
different hard.
That's one vice.
Hard work.
That's one vice of hard. But here's the thing: most people don't respect what celebrities are built on. It's just like a parade. You see the floats go by, you think that's pretty. You think that's cute. You think it's all bells and whistles. But y'all forgot, 8 months ago, They had wood, nails, and hammers, and it wasn't pretty. A lot of celebrities I know have been built off of work.
At Kroger.
At Kroger.
At a mill.
Whatever it is. But the point
is,
I don't think it's all just sizzle. There's substance there.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it would take more of an investment for me to even try to get to the point of disliking them, because the way I was raised is you look at celebrity and it's your entertainment. So I don't invest personal feelings into it. So I more so look at it like, all right, for this person over here, they may have an ugly spouse. They looking at this celebrity and like they got a good looking spouse. It's an escape from reality. Or it could be, I compare, like I got a good looking spouse. I got a nice looking car. I got a nice home. I like to compare myself to it. I just look at it just like sports or anything else. It's your opportunity to escape reality. Like I have bills.
I wish it was, because I wish these celebrities would quit preaching to me about all their values and what they think is right or wrong, like their opinions matter.
I find it. I don't even care about the names, because I just find it, even when they give when you see something social justice or I'm upset about this or has to do with PETA, whatever it may be, it's still them giving us entertainment. I see the entertainment value of celebrities. I don't idolize them. I don't base who I am off of them. So for that, I enjoy the face value and the surface value of what a celebrity provides.
Here it is. Am I pampered? Yeah, I'm pampered. Am I spoiled? Yeah, I'm spoiled in some aspects because I worked my ass off to get to where I'm at.
But Marcellus said you're not a celebrity.
Hold up, but I'm talking about...
He's famous to say
I'm famous.
You can't go nowhere with Jimmy.
And,
I know that.
But I look at my foundation. Okay, when I grew up, I worked my whole high school career. When I was in junior high, I worked through college, okay? Dean Witter, I sold furniture my junior year at Ohio State. I washed cars, did everything, okay? So my values are a lot different on how I see things. Now, with celebrities, I may not like everything they do. There may be some things I can nitpick at, but, you know, I'm not gonna go down that road and say I hate them. See, the thing is...
I said dislike.
Okay, dislike, but here's the difference. The celebrity itself of being on this TV, the stardom that it gets, the doors that is open, we all see it, Whit. When we go to Wiley's, baby, we get the table, the first one available. Yeah. It's all circumstantial to that.
The same table.
We get it. But here's the thing. Now, do some celebrities step out of line and use that celebrity and the platform when they don't know what they're talking about? Of course. But we got people that are professionals that do the same thing.
That's the common man.
The common man
who really steps past the line habitually is the common man, your damn neighbor who's anonymous. If you look at all the crime and statistics in there, you talk about the loss of values, more of the issues are happening next door to you than on some film studio or camera or that person who's on the basketball court.
Here's what I want to clarify a few things, and this is just trying to say my actions try to align with the opinions I express. And so I have a tiny bit of notoriety and I get a table at Wally's that I pay for every time. Go ask anybody at Wally's.
But you skipped the line.
No.
You skipped the line.
I pay for it.
You say that, is that a good
hold
thing?
up, but you skipped the line.
You don't want it free?
Hold up, but your celebrity allows you to get in front of somebody that's been there.
No.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Same seat.
Same seat. It's the money.
Same seat.
Wally's is a very popular
How many people in Wally's got money, Whit? That can pay for a table.
Everybody.
That can pay for a table. All of them.
But you know what happens with a lot of people?
What?
Is they feel like, oh, I'm a celebrity. I don't need to pay for that. They supposed to give it to me. That's not my mentality. And you can catch me, if you ever catch me in Vegas throughout 20-some-odd years, you'll see me standing in line like everybody else.
I do it too.
Or you'll see me reach into my pocket and pay somebody. But you'll never see me go, I'm Jason Whitlock, let me in.
I'm with you on that. Hold up. I'm with you on that because I do the same thing. Yeah. People like, if it's a line, I'm like, I ain't got no problem waiting. Yeah. Now, some people can't, but an average person with money is sitting there saying, okay, I don't want to wait in line. If his pocket's swole, he don't want to wait in line.
I have a problem. It's America. I believe
But y'all forgetting the one option which proves my point. The celebrity is lacking at this damn panel. The times when they say, hey, excuse me, Mr. Wiley.
You don't have to do
any guess what? You ain't even got to say.
You don't have to do any talking.
You ain't got to do. You just show up and they like, we got you. Now, that happens to all of us. Don't act like that.
Yes.
Right.
And you know what I do?
What do you do? Get back in line?
Yeah.
No.
Let me go get back in this line.
I can only tell you the truth. I can only tell you the truth.
Okay. Oh, let's hear this.
I reach in my pocket and pay for it. I don't
Pay for what?
accept freebies.
Hold on.
I
The
don't.
freebie?
But it's not
You
a
skipped the
hold on, but it's
The
not
fact-
a free. Hey,
the fact
wait.
that they
Hold
can
on. This
tweet
is the
out.
thing. This is the thing.
Go ahead.
I got what you're saying. When somebody takes care of me when I go somewhere, I slide them a tip.
Oh,
I slide them something. Yeah. But if they didn't recognize me, I never would have jumped the line.
Bam.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what
Whether I give them the money or not.
If they couldn't leverage your fame and stardom, they wouldn't be having you in there for free. You best believe Wally's is leveraging the fact that Jason Whitlock is.
They can care less. They can care less. They're going to make their money
No way.
regardless.
Well, that's fine. That's fine.
But I don't think that exactly.
I'm just telling you, we've reduced it down to us.
Okay.
And I tend to agree with Marcellus. We're not celebrities.
Right.
We're people that, you know.
Stay college PA. I'm not going with y'all on that. I'm sorry.
Everybody go to their neighborhood and be somebody.
Stay college PA. I'm a celebrity,
But
dog.
my problem with celebrities is I see so many guys, girls, whatever, that chase fame.
True.
And again, I look at all the actions they take. I'm looking at AB right now, addicted to social media fame. I look at Odell Beckham Jr. and the things he's doing. And I look at people not even say what they really think out of fear. Oh my God, if I say what I really think, I'm gonna lose a little bit of my popularity and fame. And again, this is part of my problem with social media. I see so many people lie.
That's all social media is.
Yeah. And it's the celebrities are the worst at it. Or people who think they're celebrities,
they've mastered.
they
They have
don't
teams around
tell
them.
you what they really think. And the standard I hold, when people say stupid things to me, I'll be like, is that what you tell your kid? Is that the same advice you would give your kids? And if it's not, you need to shut the hell up. And so all the people I've seen, a bunch of celebrities, Colin Kaepernick, would they tell their kids to go take a knee? Would they take a knee? Would they protest and do any of the things that they're applauding Colin Kaepernick for? That, to me, is the celebrity stuff that I can't stand. It causes you to be dishonest in protection of your fame and popularity. I don't want it, and I don't like it.
Man, that was heavy. I want to go there, but mine ain't going to be as heavy, so that was real, though. But forget that. Hold on. We are all guilty of that same thing, that suppression of our honesty, because you know what I noticed growing up? That to be popular, you couldn't say exactly what you felt.
Never been my issue. But
not my issue either.
That's never been mine, because I whoop you.
Hold on.
I would fight.
Well, let's act like...
I'm going to tell you how I felt, and I'll
Let's not
fight
act like there wasn't peer pressure, no matter what level of life, to kind of fit in with the masses. And guess what comes with that? The certification is you're going to say what the crowd thinks, not necessarily what you think.
I was the crowd.
Oh, God.
But you're a celebrity, though.
Whitlock and Wiley,
Celebrities.
Greg Jennings and Lamar Arrington are back. Let's return to the NFL, where Roger Goodell just addressed the controversy surrounding Colin Kaepernick and his absurd decision to cancel and move his NFL workout last month. Despite a lot of noise on Twitter over the situation, it doesn't sound like the commissioner is losing much sleep about the activist quarterback.
I haven't thought about this in a few weeks. Listen, this was, as I've said to you before, about creating an opportunity, which Colin's representatives came out in early October, and we created that opportunity. It was a unique opportunity, a credible opportunity, and he chose not to take it. I understand that, and, you know, we've moved on here.
Love it. I love it. But do you like the NFL saying they've moved on from Colin Kaepernick?
I do. I think this, from the NFL's perspective, buttons it up, cleanly states the obvious, which is we gave our opportunities. It was for public display. It was going to be a private workout. That didn't work out. We wish him the best. But as Colin Kaepernick said post-workout, the NFL and Roger Goodell should stop running from him. And I reminded him, no, they're going to just walk away. And
they're going to walk over you.
No, that shows concern for you. Walk away is just like, man, throw those stones at whoever you want, but they're not going to land here. Here's my thing. The biggest takeaway I think I've gotten from this whole Kaepernick situation is you have to learn to play the game within the game. And Everyone knows there's a game that we play for 60 minutes. But please, people, understand that there's another game we play that is deeper, greater, and grander than even that game. And the NFL is based off of discrimination. From day one, they look at you and say, you're too tall, too short, too fat, too slow. And then they want to talk to you. Oh, I don't like how he thinks. I don't like his character. The way to get in is to get discriminated against. You don't play that game right on the field, and you don't play the game right off the field, what do you think the NFL is going to sit there and do? They're going to go back to their ways, which is, I'm telling you, we don't want this, and that's where we are right now. Unfortunately for Kaepernick, he didn't play the game right.
Yeah, I like it too. I mean, the NFL gave him, as Roger Goodell put it, it was a unique opportunity and an incredible opportunity. You name me one other athlete that has ever gotten this type of opportunity. This door was opened and it was previously shut. Now, as an employer and as an employee, you walk into an opportunity, an interview, and you say, hey, I want this job, and it's my opportunity to showcase my skill, regardless. And it's their responsibility to determine whether or not I'm going to acquire your talent. Colin Kaepernick had this opportunity opened up to him, something that he showed or he told us that he wanted. But then by his actions, he showed us, nah, I really didn't want it the way that everybody else has to get it. I want it the way I want it for me. And that's just not how the NFL works.
Yeah, I agree with saying yes. I'm glad he ended the discussion points on it. Roger Goodell was the advocate for Kaepernick in this situation. He was the one that facilitated the workout to take place almost as I had time to think about it. Like, went to sleep and was like, man, let me try to help this dude out. Let me be the buffer in between. I know how the teams are feeling. I know how Kaepernick is feeling. Let me advocate and see if we can work this thing out. The way that it was handled, whether right or wrong in the scenario, you're talking about an opportunity that was not there, that was created based upon advocacy. So to me, for it to have played out the way that it did, I'm sure in some way that embarrassed Roger Goodell. I'm sure in some way it embarrassed people that are associated with the National Football League brand. I'm sure in some ways it embarrassed Kaepernick and his people because it did not go the way that Kaepernick's people thought that they were going to manipulate it to go, and it did not go the way that probably some officials in the league thought it was going to go. So I'm just glad to not have to keep talking about it, man.
I'm going to follow up on Marcellus's point about there's a way to play the game, and I'm going to try to hit it home with Kaepernick or people close to Kaepernick. Kaepernick's a member of Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity. So he understands what fraternity is about. And how not everybody gets into fraternity. And how you can get booted out of fraternity if you don't adhere to the standards that that fraternity is comfortable with. All of my friends from college, either Kappa Alpha Psi or Omega Psi Phi, I'm sure Kaepernick can understand, like, the NFL is the most elite fraternity in sports. And those of us that wanted to pledge that weren't good enough sit like,
you
damn.
did not cross the burning sands.
Didn't cross, and it's like, and look up to and respect those that did and understand, like, okay, we weren't good enough. But this guy got into the fraternity, took it for granted, treated it horribly, and now when they say, okay, man, okay, you've been suspended from the fraternity, and we got these hoops we need you to jump through to get back into the fraternity, he should be able to understand it. He's a member of Kappa Alpha Psi. He understands how fraternities work. He didn't want to jump through those hoops. He didn't want to re-pledge or whatever. And Roger Goodell's like, hey, good, we good, man.
Beautiful.
The point you just made about he was in and then out, all three of us have been in this fraternity. Once we were removed, we immediately identified things that we would have done differently because now it's no longer an option. So you would have thought that regardless of my stance, I can still be who I am and true to who I am, but understand and know everybody from employer to employee conforms a degree. And he would have to do that, and he chose not to.
I think it went wrong once it became about social justice for Kaepernick, because now you have to separate the two. It started off as social injustices, as it represented real social injustices. Once he became the figurehead, like
the movement was about Cap.
It's all about him.
Right.
And that's why I'm saying, okay, if it's about social justice, that doesn't stop just because you're not going to get into the National Football League. You continue to be that advocate. You get out there and you do what you're doing. You do your life's work. But we're talking about your gig. You're trying to get a gig. And if you're talking about getting work to work in the National Football League, I think you got to separate the two. And I think that that's why there's been so much outrage based upon this topic. And that's why I like that the NFL, from the football side of it, have separated themselves from it, because now you could keep the conversation going if you want to, but that conversation does not include football. It includes social injustice. Keep it in that realm, and don't try to blur the lines and try to make football into this big major issue of social injustice, when that narrative has been shifted and changed based upon one person. That's all I'm saying.
They just cut the line of that tether, that high wire act he was walking, connected to the NFL. Now it's like you could do all the things you wanted to do, and they won't be connected to us in terms of opportunity, in terms of employment. Boy, great example in terms of the fraternity, because that's what it is. And great example talking about the regrets that you have. My ego played into my career several times, to the point that when I look at my son, whatever he endures in life, and it's not football, sports related, whatever, I'm going to tell him, put that ego in the bucket and leave it at the house, and go out there and do what you want to do based off of other attributes. Cap got his ego into it, and that's what he got lost. The NFL was bigger than that.
All right, before we go, I'd like to offer NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell another bit of praise. I love the way the commissioner has defended Michael Vick against the people critical of the league for continuing to embrace the former superstar quarterback. More than 500,000 people signed an online petition demanding the NFL remove Vick as one of the Pro Bowl Legends captains this season. The commissioner stood firm, telling the media yesterday this.
We, over the last, 9 years or so, I've supported Michael in his, I think his recognition of a mistake that he made. He's paid a heavy price for that. He has been accountable for it. He's worked aggressively with the Humane Society and other institutions to deal with animal rights and to make sure people don't make the same mistake he made. And I admire that. I think this is a young man that has really taken his life in a positive direction, and we support that.
Thank you. Michael Vick will not be canceled. No man or woman should be canceled for sins they have paid for and repented. This morning, I read a piece by Pro Football Talk's Mike Florio, which argued that the Virginia prosecutor didn't go far enough in his prosecution of Vick, and therefore the public is justified in extracting an additional pound of flesh from Vick. Mob rule, vigilante justice. I'm not a fan of either. I'm not a fan of woke liberals like Florio, who have championed a substanceless clown like Kaepernick while supporting the kind of vigilante justice that has never properly served black men in America. It takes no courage, integrity, or intellect to support Kaepernick. He's a beard, a decoration worn to create the appearance of righteousness. Where you stand on Michael Vick tells me something about you. This is America, the land of limitless opportunities and second, third, and fourth chances. Michael Vick spent 21 months inside a federal penitentiary for crimes related to dogfighting. I'm not minimizing the crime, but I'm also not going to ignore the fact that many people grow up in cultures that don't value dogs the way I do or some suburban soccer mom does. Mike had a lesson he desperately needed to learn. Law enforcement in Virginia taught it to him. What more can we ask? Post-incarceration, his behavior as it relates to animal cruelty has been exemplary. I love Mike. I love what he represents. Humans can evolve past their sins. I love that the NFL has kept Mike close and given him a platform to engage with young NFL players and warn them of the behaviors and cultural norms they must leave in their past. I'd like to remind Florio and media people who are so concerned about being on the right side of history. The Kaepernick protest was allegedly about fairness in the American criminal justice system for black men. Michael Vick, he ain't black. He doesn't deserve fairness. He can't re-enter society with a clean slate. More Speak for Yourself after this. LeVar Arrington and TJ Houshmandzadeh are back. Let's move to the Patriots, sponsored by the Capital One Venture Card. What's in your wallet? New England is once again the subject of an NFL investigation, this time over their admission that a camera crew they employed filmed the Bengals sideline. Roger Goodell addressed the situation yesterday, saying the Patriots' past transgressions will be taken into consideration and explaining that the league is in no hurry to wrap up the investigation.
It's under review. We're going to be thorough. We're going to take our time and make sure we look at everything that's pertinent here, and then we'll make a decision. One of the things I've learned is you don't draw conclusions until you have all the information. So from our standpoint, I want to look at all the information. Once we have all the information, then we draw a conclusion.
All right, question here is drawn out investigation good sign or bad sign for the Patriots?
I think it's a great sign for the Patriots. I think this went down in the NFL office, watching the tape, seeing what was on there, and said, "Ooh, not much there." But we can't just go out there swiftly, react quickly, and say not much there, because it's the Patriots, the fallout. Everyone, oh, not only did you speed through the process, you slapped them on the wrist again. So, in the perception of due diligence, we're just going to draw this one out. And everyone's going to think you're investigating it further, deeper, more. But the NFL Network reported that what was on that tape looked like a normal broadcast, minus Joe and Troy's voices. So if that's the case, and this is not much to do about anything, you draw this out so you try to soften the blow when you actually go out there in public backlash and get that slap on the wrist.
Oh, yeah, it's great for the Patriots. I'm looking at it from the perspective of out of sight, out of mind. They hope everybody forgets about it. Nobody's talking about it. Nothing happens. And of course, NFL Network is going to report that because that's what they want to report.
NFL Network, right?
Number two is you don't draw conclusions, but your past transgressions have to play a part in this. Vontaze Burfict, why was he suspended for the year? Because what he had done in the past. Your history is going to play a part in your punishment, as it should. The Patriots, they crossed the line, and I don't blame them. If I can get away with it and there's no punishment, I'm going to keep doing it. And so I think it's great for them. It's out of sight, out of mind. We won't be talking about this next week, and they'll get a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, I think it's good as well. But I think it's good from the perspective of an investigation that is perceived to be thoroughly done, and turning over every rock and checking every corner says that whatever the penalty or whatever the conclusion is, there wasn't a lack of effort in uncovering what could be uncovered. And so when you look at the reputations that are at stake here, if you don't do this the right way and you don't conduct a thorough investigation, it not only damages the reputation of what the Patriots are and would be labeled, moving forward. It could further solidify calling them cheaters, and they cheat to stay ahead regardless of the content. But it also becomes a narrative that's connected to the National Football League, and what part are they playing by being enablers to this organization being able to stay ahead of these other franchises.
Listen, I'm shocked that everybody's in alignment here. It strikes me differently. I see it as bad for the Patriots. I think the initial reports of, hey, nothing to see here, they came out with, I think that set off the Cincinnati Bengals and people around the league like, what? Y'all this is Bill Belichick and the Patriots and all that they done, and y'all already got reports out that there's nothing to see here? I think Roger and the league office have been shocked at how many people across the league want something done here, not just other executives and coaches. I think NFL players. If Vontaze Burfict can be set down for the entire season because of his past behavior, then, something should happen to the Patriots because of their past behavior.
I agree with you. I'm with you.
If it happens quickly, though, because based upon the question, is this being drawn out, being good, we're here. Like, the investigation is now here. So to look at it from the perspective of if you render a judgment, oh, you're getting $200,000, you're getting $500,000, fine. They're looking at it as no different than the first time that it happened.
No, I agree. That's why I think they're taking a beat, because they're trying to figure out a way. We got to do something significant here. To me, it would have been easy. I would have had it easy. Belichick wouldn't be coaching against the Bengals this weekend, and that would have satisfied everybody.
Yeah. But then it's still a no-win situation in the sense that you're going to say, oh, you're going to sit them down. Like, this is the
One
Patriots.
game.
This is what the Patriots are facing, right? We're going to sit them down for the Cincinnati game.
Yeah, that doesn't.
That would crush Belichick.
I don't know.
That would crush. All right, anyway, Darnell, is there a Super 6 tonight?
Yes, sir, there is. And we already know the Patriots will be keeping a close eye on the Jets and Ravens game tonight.
Real close eye, right?
Real close. So be sure to download the Fox Sports Super 6 app and play for free. For your chance to win Terry Bradshaw's $25,000.
Zoom in.
Whitlock, Marcellus, let's win our fans some money. One of the questions for tonight is, which team will win and by how many points? So who you got?
Fox Bet has the line at like 17 points for the Ravens. I don't see them covering that. I think the Ravens win a low-scoring game, 24-10.
38-11. Ravens win.
Uncle Jimmy's here to help us talk about our approval ratings for Lamar Jackson.
You know.
But first, who's your big dummy of the day?
Big dummy of the day, go to the person that said, damn, that was heavy, big dog. And I want to be just as heavy as you. Marcellus, you a damn lie. Don't nobody want to be that heavy. Hell, my nephew don't want to be that heavy.
Where's my hat? I'm post-holiday big, too, right now.
All right, let's talk Thursday Night Football. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens host the Jets tonight. Lamar is just 23 yards away from breaking Michael Vick's quarterback rushing record, but the Jets have a pretty tough run defense. Marcellus, how quickly will Lamar break the record tonight?
Oh, first carry.
It's 23 yards.
One, they wearing the black jerseys. Tim Ryan, it's a night game. He might pull out the black sleeves. It's a wrap. They ain't gonna know where that ball at. Oh, no. Last two times he worn the black jerseys, though. 100 yards against the Niners, 2 rushing touchdowns against the Patriots. Yeah, I think it's first series, not first carry, but first series.
All right, Uncle Jimmy.
All black.
Obviously, you heard my Michael Jackson analogy comparing Lamar to Thriller. Your thoughts on Lamar Jackson?
And I have to say I loved it. I loved every minute of it.
Look here, nephew. Let me be 100 with you.
Yeah.
I see where this is going. This is the moment in time where we let the secret out the bag. We tell everybody what we done always know. I am the Lamar Jackson of the sports media world.
You?
And just like Lamar, hold up, hell. Just like Lamar, wasn't I a rookie last year?
You were a rookie last year.
And I was running up for MVP. I was up for Rookie of the Year last year.
Yeah, you were up.
I'm up for MVP this year. And just like Lamar, my mama negotiated my contract. Could be why I ain't got no health insurance, but I digress. Look at now, you call Lamar Jackson Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Thriller.
Who we all know was famous, what they call him, the gloved one.
Yeah.
But you know, they called Uncle Jimmy the ungloved one. Could be why I got all these damn kids.
Come on, man.
Hey, just ask the Blue M&M.
That is true. The ungloved one.
They thought they was in for a thriller. But ran up on Uncle Jimmy and got a killer, So look at that. If you telling Lamar Jackson to play light, then you telling Uncle Jimmy to play light. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much.
If it is, then say it with your chest out, nephew.
Play light tonight. Yeah.
Look here, man, because Uncle Jimmy only know one way, and that's hard. Just like you at the dinner table. But look, let's keep it 100.
What? Yeah.
Look here, if I'm Lamar Jackson, that means that this show, Speak for Yourself, must be the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
That make you, what's his name, Ozzie Newsome.
Yeah.
That make you Jim Harbaugh.
John Harbaugh.
So if I'm so let me see. This is y'all's scheme, this is y'all's dream to compile this team and have Uncle Jimmy run the scheme. That would make Darnell RG3, right? Acting like he my friend, waiting on me to break my leg on the next play, right? So if that's the case, that make Colin Kaepernick Joe Flacco, and he ran his ass out of town as soon as he heard I was coming. And right now, I'm here to tell y'all, we taking the sports world by storm. Hey, we running a scheme that ain't nobody ever heard of on TV. Everything we run is out the full black formation. You know what I mean? Look, bottom line, just like the Ravens.
Yeah.
We kicking ass, taking names, busting heads, and ain't taking no names. All the way, Super Bowl, baby.
We got to get to our approval rating. We got to get to our approval rating.
I'm trying to tell you,
I've got Lamar
If it's
Jackson.
real, you don't let it kill you, baby.
Still at GOAT status. I dropped him 1 point in authenticity. He shouldn't play tonight.
Keep it in the pocket.
So,
what's the formation? Full black?
Keep it in the pocket.
Hey, man, I can only go up. All-time greatness, because, oh, my. I can't.
But it's mine. You ain't right.